K-Rino Radio. Ha. K-Rino Radio. Ha. Ha. Let's tell them about it. You're listening to K-Rino Radio on 90.1. Who is he? What is he? What does he do? Where is he from? H-Town, where the independent grind was invented. Understand, I'm the property owner, you just a tenant. KPFT is the station and location for the really special guests. Good knowledge and information for the coldest on the air. We making a strong case. If you scared of the truth, then you in the wrong place. Every Friday, 11 o'clock p.m. Central. We cooking the game, serving it up, feeding your mental. You can even call in, dial 713, backdoor it with 526 KPFT. We ain't playing with them, we gon' tell it like it is, partner. Out of town, KPFT.org, yeah, we got ya. How'd I get on the airways? I know y'all like, wow, K-Rino Radio, homie, starting right about now. How'd I get on the airways? I know y'all like, wow, K-Rino Radio, homie, starting right about now.
Last few years, somebody who been doing this all his life, because we come up in the game just kind of blindly going through the motions, not really focusing on the business part of it. So I think that younger artists like yourself and newer artists, y'all have an advantage because y'all kind of get the benefit of learning that stuff immediately. We didn't have a clue, like, the hell is publishing, you know? So speak about that, and to any artist that may be listening coming up, the importance of ownership and publishing and all that.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, you know, we do music and we just having fun.
Yeah.
It's what we love to do. We don't know the business, and that's the thing. Like, you got to be surrounded by people. Like, people be like, oh, I want to be your manager. But they have no idea about publishing, none of that copyright. So it's definitely important when you do a song to get it registered to a company like, say, for example, ASCAP, BMI, other independent companies, and make sure that you're getting your credit and the producer is getting their credit. Right. And if you had another writer in there, they're getting their credit. Usually it's just you and the producer. Right. If you're a rapper.
Right.
No shade. Right. But I'm just saying. So that's very important. You don't just make a song, go to the studio and put it out. You got to register it because, like you said, if it takes off tomorrow, who's going to get that money?
Come on.
Nobody would get the money.
Come on.
It's because it's not registered. It's like having a bank account, but there's no name on it. Right. You got money sitting there.
Right.
And, you know, as far in copywriting too, right. like I remember, I think Left Eye used to do her friends a favor. She would go and copyright their stuff. Right. Because she knew that they didn't do it, and she didn't want nobody else to when the song blew up. So she would just go and copyright and be like, say for example, Merry Christmas, I copyrighted your stuff. Right. It's protected. You good. Yeah. But, you know, I've heard some horror stories, like, say, for example, a manager, if like a shady manager might go copyright your name, might trademark your name. So, say, for example, if it's K-Rino and you piss him off or something and you leave him, he owns your name.
Come on now.
So, whatever you do under that name, technically, he could cease and desist you or take the money from it.
It happens every day.
So you would have to change your name.
No question. It's happened to the biggest in the bed. It happened to Prince.
Wow.
So if it can happen to somebody who's on that level, then of course anybody that's under that can definitely fall victim for it. And another point too is that even if there's somebody who may not register the songs, but there may be an individual who was in your camp who had the knowledge of publishing and all that, and he did it. So all this money is being generated, but it's going to he or she instead of going to you. So that's very important information we receiving from the great Amy Miller right now, man. And we thankful to have you here. I wanted to ask you, where does the bulk of your support come from? Like, who are some of the people that you look and say, okay, man, I got big love from this group or that group or this age demographic, or where do you get the most of your love from?
Honestly, the majority of my listeners and supporters are men.
Right.
And it's probably because I do go hard.
Yeah.
Because if I made, I feel like if I made a lot of twerk music and stuff, I would have more of the women. Right. And I do have a new twerk song. But anyway, yeah, so that's been my, even in the battle rap days, the majority of my fans are males.
That's respect.
And, you know, they're mostly in the South. But I've got a lot of love from everywhere. I'm talking the UK, a lot of love from Africa, from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm like, what? Yeah, did I say London? I did. I said the UK. Yeah, the South UK, Atlanta, the Carolinas, New York, especially New Yorkers, because you know
the lyricism aspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
So
and that's every name, every area that you was mentioning, all of those places are big fans of lyricism. They're big fans of hard spitting rappers.
yeah.
So I can totally see that. But what I also do know is that there are fans of what you do in far more regions than just the ones you name. It's I think it's going to be more of a case of you just getting that exposure in those areas because man, look, you got the kind of skill that you'll be a hidden gem. People will be like, man, where the hell has she been all this time? Why haven't we heard of her sooner? It's just about what are some of the marketing things that you are doing or planning to do to really, because I want to see you get there. I want the people who love that type of rap to be able to know that you exist. So do you have any like marketing strategies and things that you're working on, or and because I'm a plug you into anything I can plug you into, you know, so people will know, man.
Yeah, you know, I'm really expanding right now, expanding the team and the what is it called, the genre of music I'm doing. So I'm still with that hardcore stuff, but the producers I'm working with now, like I'm working with one on the West Coast from the Bay Area, Beneficial, and he's giving me all that clapping stuff. That's getting a whole different fan base right there. Like they're like, oh, okay, you know, this girl, like she not from here, but she going in, and we like this, you know. So I am constantly expanding my network. Like you can't say, oh, rap on this beat, this is all you need to do. I do believe in making a sound, but I also believe in catering to everybody. Like I got a reggaeton song, I have a gospel song on my last album. I do everything. I want everybody to be like, okay, yeah, we can deal with her.
And I think what that does too is that opens a door for you for when people want to reach out to get a particular artist on a particular type of song, they know that you have the kind of diversity that they can say, oh, we need, like you say, a reggaeton song, we need an artist to spit on this, we can get Amy to do that. Because I think that when people go through their little mental Rolodex, when they're making those selections, there are people that they consider, then there are people that they weed out, she can't do that, or he can't do that. To be able to do it all opens up just multiple doors for you like that. So I mean, look, man, and she can spit hard, she can spit fast, she can spit, and the clarity. You know, we always talk about how people rap fast, but you can't understand what the hell they saying. So it's like it's really irrelevant. But to be able to spit in multiple ways and people still understand. How important do you think it is? Because female rappers get a bad rap for a lot of them not writing their own lyrics. How important do you think that is for a female artist to sit down and pen their own stuff like that?
I think it's really important. I mean, me personally, some people don't care. You know, they're like, oh, whatever, she ain't got to write it. But I was just in the studio recently with this super producer, Grammy Award winning producer, and he's basically trying to write half my verse. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I do not say that.
Come on.
That do not sound right. And it's cool. Like, I like him. He's great. He's not from this country, though.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, look, I'm from Houston. I'm from the South. I'm a female. We don't say that. This is what we say. So it's very important that you are true to yourself. You're not about to have me saying some stuff that don't sound right. Because my people in my city going to be like, huh?
Come on now.
What is that?
Come on now.
That's not even her.
Come on now.
So you can, I will take your input, but I'm going to put in my input too.
And at the end of the day, you make the final decision
Right.
on your art, on your craft. Yeah. See, but a lot of people, again, it goes back to having that courage because a lot of people would not have the backbone to challenge and say no to a Grammy Award winners. Oh man, I could blow this opportunity. It's like, nah, if this is not you, then it's not gonna come out right.
I don't mind ruffling feathers.
Come on,
like
man.
it's cool, but at the end of the day, I will not be satisfied if I leave out and that's on that record like that sounding stupid.
Man, come on now, come on. Amy Miller is in the building, man. man. Soldiers in the building, man. The number is 713-526-5738. Every time I see you, like if it's at an event or whatever the case may be, you normally have your crew with you, and it's not a big entourage. It's just a tight circle. That's your team. Talk about your team and the importance of having people that play particular roles for you that allow you to still be able to just focus on your art, but they can handle that.
Well, you know what? Your team is very important, because if you get to a certain level and you're not surrounded by the right people, everything will crumble. Like, I mean, it goes back to biblical days. You know, you had whole towns that were burning down just because of who the kings had around them.
No
It wasn't even the king's fault. It was his crew. And so it's very important. Like, if I'm out right now and say, you know, this is like, we've been rocking for a long time. My drummer, say, for example, there's a misunderstanding. Right? And tensions are high, emotions are involved. If you're around the wrong people, they will let you get into some stuff and ruin your image and reputation. They'll let you be out at the club getting pissy drunk before you have to perform.
Come on.
And you forget all your words and make a fool of yourself on stage. So you got to know the people who you with. You know, it's some people who you'll be with, they don't want to really see you. You know, you just got to weed people out.
Everybody that's with you ain't with you.
Right. And so I know a lot of people. I have a lot of friends, but it's like, when it comes to this, you cannot bring everybody with you. You got to know, okay, well, this person, they, when they get out, they like to show out. They want to get in for free. They expect a world when really you're there to perform and look good, not to be catered to like some type of, you know what I'm saying? Oh, feed me great. Like, you know, you just got to know this person going to get into it with somebody for sure. You just got to know. So
this is serious business. And I think that's one of the things. See, one thing about it, I think the so-called glamour side of it, it attracts the friends and the hangers-on, and they want to get that part. They want to stand behind you on stage because everybody in this social media age is filming and Instagram and all that. So when they look back at it, see, that's me right there. I'm standing right by. You know, but in reality, you have to have people around you that are focused on your vision and without any feelings of envy or feelings of resentment towards your ascension. So that's very important. And people who are comfortable in the role that they are assigned to. You know, everybody has to have those people behind them that nobody else knows. You know, we put Amy out front, but there's somebody behind the scenes that's putting all this together and all that, and they have no issue not being recognized at times.
Right.
So that's a beautiful point. That's a beautiful point.
I mean, I've been in sections before, right, with like a big group of people, and you know how they give you a bottle of whatever you want to drink. I've seen these people sit up there, open the bottle, pour themselves a drink, put it by them.
Your bottle.
Right? And that's so, I don't want to sound petty, but it's like, hold on. You're supposed to act as if you're being filmed and watched, because people are watching you when we're out in public.
Doubt.
So how does that look? Oh, K-Rino and his crew and his homeboy got a bottle over there pouring something, gonna put it over there by them. Not even seeing if you okay. Not even like, yo, you wanna go talk to the DJ? Like, come on, you know, you need to go. Just making sure you're good and you presenting yourself in the right light. They over there focused on getting drunk. Right.
Because it's about the image, it's about the look, it's about the moment and not the movement.
Right.
And that's a lot of problem that we have. But as an artist, you sometimes have to go through that weeding out process to find out, okay, who is who and who is who. And even though these people might still be your friends, your family, I can't bring you to this no more. I gotta dap you up and catch you later, because at the end of the day, they're gonna say, man, Amy Miller and them.
Yes.
They came through there tripping, man. They came through there messing this up and doing that. So that's a great point. You have to have a strong resolve about yourself to be able to check your own people sometime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That's what it is, man. We learning, man. We learning hard lessons here with Amy Miller. Let me ask you. So, what do you got coming up? Anything? Any projects you working on right now currently that you got coming up?
Yes, I am. I am constantly working on new music, but right now I have a whole body of work that we working on. I'm going to release another single in this January. And I do have a big feature that I will be releasing, a song with a big feature on there,
Right.
probably right before South by Southwest in
Gotcha.
March. And I'm real proud of it. And honestly, I want to drop it right now, but that's not how things
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to wait and
You got to
build up
build it
the
up.
anticipation, especially when you got a big name on your song.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so yeah.
How are you gonna approach that in terms, and not just that particular single, but just your whole career in terms of with radio and dealing with the politics of radio and the the payola aspect. How have you been able to navigate through that?
Well, you know what? I've honestly, with God's grace, I have been doing a great job. I'm not really concerned about if it's being played on the major radio stations. I care about like on the street and people messing with it, like in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we all know that that's big money, that radio.
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
but honestly, right now I'm in the middle of negotiating a deal,
Right.
and there's a lot of negotiations with it because just imagine like big record executives what they want to do.
Yeah.
And me, I've been doing it for a while, so I'm like, that why?
Yeah.
Why? Let's negotiate. If this
Right.
is if you're telling me this is a fair deal, let's really negotiate it.
Yeah.
So right now we're in the middle of that, and I plan to have everything completed by this January so we could go ahead and they can go ahead and do the work.
Sometimes they'll say this is a good deal, meaning for them.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily the deal is 100% in your best interest, but again, just from these few minutes we've been having this conversation, I don't have any doubt that you'll be able to stand up for yourself and get the right deal. Because one false stroke of the pen could change things for the worse. So we definitely gonna be praying for you
Thank
and the
you.
guidance, to make those right decisions, man. Because you deserve it. I think it's your time. I mean, we look at any artist that comes out of Houston. I'm the kind of dude that I'm for 'em. I might not even listen to their music. I might not be a fan of the style that they rap or the image they present, but I'm still pulling for them to be successful because I'm going to give them time in my mind to evolve and grow out of whatever else it might be that they're doing. So when I see an artist like you that I feel like got the whole package and is absolutely ready and can take the world, then I put twice as much of my energy in to rooting for what you're doing.
Thank you. You've always been very supportive. I mean, I think we've got like 3 songs together.
Oh man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful just to be, because like I said, when I heard you, I was like, all right, she's a killer. She's a woman after my own bloodline. I like that. So we here with Amy Miller, y'all, and if y'all don't know her, y'all need to get to know her. Where can they find you on social media for those who want to hear the lyrics behind all this wisdom that you've been dropping?
Okay, so I am on social media at Amy Miller OMG. That's Amy with an I, AMI Miller OMG. And I'm streaming live right now on Spotify at Amy Miller, Tidal, iTunes, whatever you have. I personally have Tidal, but whatever. So my last album, Turbulence, is available now. And my latest single, Break 'Em Off, which is workout music, that's available right now on all streaming platforms. Also look up my videos on YouTube and Vivo, just type in Amy Miller, and check out the Spittin' Rounds, because your goat over here, K-Rino, he's on that remix featuring Zero, Lil Kiki, and K-Rino. It's crazy. Spittin' Rounds has gotten the most praise out of all my songs.
Wow.
I mean, people talk about the original, and then people talk about the remix. In the same, they really talk about the remix. They're like, "Yo, you got K-Rino and you got Kiki on there and shit." Check that out.
Look, I can say that regardless if we was on there or not, it was gonna be strong regardless. I'm just glad to be a part of it. But because you got to hear the song. Look up Spitting Rounds. Look up Amy Miller. Look up all her stuff because she's actually really criminally underrated in this city. It's a lot of great artists in the city, a lot of dope female artists in the city, but she is definitely one that needs a lot of attention brought to her. I want to ask you this. I know you travel a lot, and what you mentioned earlier about how when the producer was trying to get you to kind of say this and say that, and you're like, nah, we Houston.
Yeah.
A lot of, for years and years, people have always had this thing where they would tell artists, man, you can't make it unless you leave Houston. You got to get out of here. You gotta move to this place or do this and do that. And of course, you got to travel other places.
Yeah.
What's your take on that whole, you can't make it out this city in 2020? What's your whole take on that?
I mean, you can. Like you just said, you do have to travel. You do have to go network, say, for example, Atlanta, New York, Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's a big one. California. You do have to, but you can make it out here, especially with the internet. If you get it popping and just have your stuff popping.
Outside of rap, do you have any other endeavors that you are participating on? Anything, other things you're working on, or for right now you're just focusing on the music?
I am super focused on the music, but I am an actress too.
Gotcha.
So I've been doing a lot of like acting work out in LA. I
Right.
just did this short film called The Key. Just like a lot of background work, and I'm constantly doing auditions out there. It's kind of crazy because I got my rap image, period, and it just depends what people want. But yeah, I am like, honestly, I am in the process of doing my own film.
Yeah.
That's what I really been wanting to do, and somebody recently was like, well, why don't you do it?
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm busy doing my music. And they're like,
And?
right. And I was like, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, first you got to, I met Dame Dash out there in LA, and he's like, yeah, that's how I do a lot of my that's how I make a lot of my money, films. You got to write a script. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to write a script. I know how to write a song, but I don't know how to write a script. So they're like, learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's very similar, because even this is what I learned. We had a friend of mine. Remember we had Sean Coffey was in here last week, a couple weeks ago, and he writes scripts. And what he did was he showed me one time the Hollywood template of how the script is actually structured, how they accept it. Now, if we don't know that, that's still fine. You can still have your layout. You can still have your basics, and then once you get the knowledge of how that template needs to be structured, then you just formulate it into that. But in the meantime, I would just say to you, just lay it out the way you know to lay it out. Because when you write a song, you basically writing a script anyway.
Right.
If you're telling a story in a song, you're doing the same thing. You just want to get the storyline laid out. God will put somebody in your midst that'll show you how to structure it.
And they had those script templates on Google. You can download them.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Ice Cube did the same thing with Friday. He took the template script, and him and Pooh just did the exact same thing.
See, so it's that for the taking. It's all about just having your concepts. Because I mean, somebody like you who's intelligent and has that kind of creative mind, the easy part is going to be coming up with the story. And I'm sure you already have ideas you want to mess with. You just got to lay it out, because sometimes the opportunities don't come when you want them to come. So in the meantime, you can be creating and building up your own thing, man. 'Cause I could see you doing a lot of acting spots and all that too. So,
yes. Thank you.
Amy Miller is in the building, y'all, man, right here on K-Rino Radio, man. Y'all still got a little bit of time if y'all want to hit us up. The number 713-526-5738. See, I had to hold it down a couple of times before we got here. I had to do it solo, man.
There you go.
But we in the building. Murder slipped me a note, man. I thought I was getting ready to have to announce who won an award tonight.
Okay.
But it's saying the prison show is gonna do a special tonight from 10 to 11. 1 hour shout outs, and just on that note, we always get letters from the prison. So I want to read shout out to the homie. It looks like it says Sharon S. Francis.
All
He
right.
out there in Huntsville. So
Hold your
definitely
head.
we appreciate the
Man.
love. All y'all that's listening and all the units, man. Ferguson, Pulaski, everywhere, all around. You know, we know y'all be listening to us every day and every week. So keep your head up, man, and keep writing them letters. Keep sending them in straight up. And I'm going to pass this over to Andrea because she's in charge of the prison letter department.
There we
here
go.
on K-Rino Radio. So you got your another one, Cheetah, straight up. It's all love, y'all. Appreciate y'all. I want to ask you this now. So are you totally out of the battle game? Because I know these battle leagues are big and people making bread off of that. Now, is that something that you done with, or if the opportunity presented itself the right way, especially financially, is it something you jump back in?
I mean, right now I could say that I don't care for it.
I got you.
But if somebody did come along, like you said, and they had the bread,
I got
and
100 racks for you right now.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to consider it.
Right.
But my thing is, I don't care for it because it just takes too much energy.
I got you.
Like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be your opponent. So I have to study that opponent.
Yeah.
I gotta go through their social media. I really just have to give a crap about this person.
Yeah.
And just write 3 scathing verses about them, practice them every day,
learn and memorize
them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care about you that much. Now, if I really, really, really can't stand you, I will do it.
I have a motivation.
Right.
You know, that's crazy, man. Go ahead.
But you're a stranger, and then. Okay, on the other side, I'm about to give you that power to step into the ring with me and go in on me. You don't have nothing on me.
Right.
You're not even on my level. So, but you sat at home like it was homework, like I was a whole semester for you and wrote all about me. Why would I give you that type of power in front of the whole world for you to just try to come at me?
I think it's it's a sport.
Yeah.
It's like boxing.
Yeah.
See, battle rapping is like boxing to me. And everything you said was right on point because, like I said, when I was doing it before with social media. I was just doing, you meet this cat on Belford and Martin Luther King and y'all go at it in front of a crowd of people. But it was the same principle. It's like, I got to study this guy.
Yeah.
It's boxing or something. You got to watch film. I got to know his weaknesses.
Styles.
I got to know, and I got to exploit them. And that is energy consuming. That does take a lot of your energy away, and if you do it so much, you kind of lose the drive for it. So I totally understand what you're saying. But all that being said, if that right amount is mentioned,
that's different.
I'm gonna say, Amy, I got somebody that's trying to drop these 6 figures. They want you to smash such. I'll meet you over there in 20 minutes. But we got another phone call on the line. I see Jeremy's on the line. What's going on, Jeremy?
That doesn't mean that we have to follow it. Look, I'm just a regular dude from Baytown, Texas that probably should be on my 3rd wife and working at the plants, but I wanted something different. And you know what? I'm not living a special life. I'm just living the life that I wanted. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like what I'm hearing is what you're saying. If you got an idea, go for it. But don't be afraid to take some advice. Talking about Ice Cube doing the Google or, my point is learn from people that have made their life and make your life. And I don't know if that goes exactly what you are talking about for the last 53 minutes, but it sounds like that is a Merry Christmas to me. And I hope that you agree.
Appreciate.
That's kind of it. That's all I got. All I'm saying is my life is better than it should have been because I was brave enough to do what I wanted, and I think that you two are saying the same thing. KPFT right now at this moment is providing you to your outlet, but that doesn't mean you hadn't seized many outlets before right now.
No question.
Maybe this is a stupid phone call. I don't know.
No, not at all, and we appreciate it. We just short on time, but no, go ahead, Amy. I'm gonna let you expound on that for a second. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, he's right. Go for it. Like, I found an excuse to not start the script, and people are like, write it, learn.
Right.
You're not comfortable doing it. You don't know about it, but still, you can't always be comfortable. So.
And I think sometimes people have a belief in us in certain things, or they see things in us that we don't see in ourselves fully. We may say, I want to do that, but we haven't just grasped it 100%. But somebody else can say, I can see you doing that. Like, seriously see you doing that. And then they kind of make you go, yeah, I think I could do that. So, yeah, but so, I mean, I agree with what he's saying. I mean, there are so many opportunities that we've been afforded in the way we get down, being from Houston, mostly independent. A lot of our opportunities we have to create on our own, just plain and simple. So, and Amy, again, I got to keep touching on this because it's real. Being a female artist, we just can't ignore. I'd love to see a day where that's not even an issue, but we can't ignore the challenge that has to be. So you fighting two wars. You fighting the war of the industry itself, the business itself, but the war of being in the business as a female artist. So and doing a great job of overcoming those odds. So
thank you.
Amy Miller is in the building. We may have time for one more call if y'all can make it quick. Because as y'all do every Wednesday, y'all like to wait till
for
the
the last minute.
over and start every week.
Every week. It never fails.
And but we're glad to have you here, and we'll also give you the opportunity again before we shut down to mention all your social media platforms so everybody can know how to get in touch with you and how to get your music. Because talk about support in terms of, do you have an issue with people actually buying your music, like friends and associates and all that? Because that's one of the biggest things. People are, hey man, give me a free CD, or hey man, I'll go jam it on YouTube, as opposed to them actually putting money in your pocket. Is that something you deal with?
You know what? I feel like now it's so much easier for people to buy music, and so they do. Right. Like before Spotify was all, popular and Tidal and stuff like that, they was acting like, oh, well, where I'm going to get it? I want to buy it, but I don't know how. Right. So yeah, that did happen. But now it's super easy, and people, they're like, oh yeah, I just got it on Apple Music.
No excuses.
None.
No excuses.
Yeah. So.
Shout out to Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad, who's watching. He said, yes, sir, H-Town rocks. She's a winner. And yeah, she is a winner, big brother.
Thank you.
You don't know the half, big brother. We got this one last call. I see Linda is on the line. Okay, no, okay, that's something. Okay, no problem. All right. Well, this is what we're gonna do. I want you to tell everybody all your social media and everywhere that they can get your music, so they'll know for sure. And just let them know before we go. We got about 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. So thanks for tuning in, and Merry Christmas again. It's over. But hit me up on my social media at Amy Miller OMG. That's AMI Miller OMG. Okay, you go on YouTube, check out the videos. My latest single, Break 'Em Off, is on and popping. That is for the ladies. But fellas, I have everything else for you. Like Spin Rounds is out. Spin Rounds is hot. Go on Tidal. Any streaming platform you could think of, I'm there. Just type in Amy Miller, Amy with an I. Yeah, and just keep it locked. I have a lot of good stuff coming up. Like I said, just a lot of great music I'm excited about. So, yeah.
Man, and y'all continue to support her. Y'all make sure that y'all familiarize yourselves with Amy Miller, and you will not be disappointed. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This is one of the coldest rappers in the game, and she deserves y'all's ear and y'all's attention. Y'all complain all the time about rap ain't this and hip hop ain't this and ain't no more rappers out here and out. I hear it all the time. I read it all the time. Now, I'm telling you, I'm co-signing, putting a stamp on somebody that I'm telling y'all is dope, that y'all will like. So check her out. Buy her music and show some support. Let's start making our own brothers and sisters out here in this game. Let's start making them rich the way we make everybody else rich. So we appreciate y'all tuning in to K-Rino Radio. We'll see y'all again next Wednesday night. Shout out to everybody who checked us out. Much love to y'all. Appreciate you, Amy, for coming through. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you for having me.
Peace.
Okay.
Yeah.